got this wall angle left, and remember, this had screws. Thank goodness for that. Now, lots of times you can take your little adapter for your handheld battery operated drill, and you can use something like that because the end usually is the same size as a standard one of those little screws with the head like that. But this time, you know, I'm putting it on there and it feels like it's stripping just a little bit. That's because the inside of this has been stripped. I used this for some screws outside, and the screws were really super tight, and I spun it and it gouged that out. It's still enough to hold a magnetic tip. You know, all my screw tips, my screwdrivers, but not to undo these screws because it's stripped out. Had it not stripped out, I could just zip these out. But lots of times these have a slot in them. See that slot? That's for a standard screwdriver. You can use that, or you can use a little mini ratchet set and take them out that way. Okay? Several different ways to get a screw like that out. You know, these little screws are just standard little sheet metal screws. And the slots, lots of times you can just take it right out. And sometimes you can't. The other screws, I zipped them right out. So had I had that little magnetic tip holder, I could zip it out. So I'm going to make a note to myself. Anytime you start working on a project, if you see different little tools that you need, write them down so that next time you're at the store you can get them so you can do your projects better. Invest in yourself and don't pay someone else. You can even take a little crescent wrench, and that's what I'm going to have to do for this one. I use a small little crescent for lots of different things. If you don't have one of these in your nail bag, you've got to get one. You'd be surprised at how often you use, or you could use something like this had you just had one. You know? Now I can take it, unscrew it that way. Once I get it loose. And there's an end on the end of crescent wrenches. And if you're in a tight spot and you got to use something like that and you can't get it sideways and you can only do it that way, you can put it into the end like that and turn it. You know? There it is. Whew, glad that's out of there. Well, this wall angle, when you remove it, when you work on it, these edges are sharp. If you're not paying attention, you slide your hand on it, you can cut it up. Okay, I'm throwing this away in the dumpster, so I'm just going to take my tin snips, snip there, and away it goes. Okay, one cut there, one cut on the back side. Take it, flip it like that. Nice and clean. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.